learning math. So I decided that I was going to help him learn his numbers in addition by taking him to the grocery store.
Okay.
And I taught him, I'd give him a budget of like $10 and a list of items we needed, and I taught him math at the grocery store.
Oh, wow.
So
Good
that was
job.
fun.
Good job. Tell me about a time when you had difficulty with a coworker and how you resolved it.
A time that I had difficulty with a coworker would be, let's see here. Oh, I know of one. When I was working at the bar, I was a bartender, and I was closing every night while going to school, so I found that quite exhausting. So I asked one of the other girls if I could, work her schedule and my schedule together. So instead of closing every weeknight, I closed on Friday and Saturdays instead.
So did she give you a problem or anything, or just the problem was
Just the problem was that I had too much hours, and I was able to communicate it with my coworker and work through it.
Okay, so give me a time where you maybe been in dispute with a coworker.
I don't know that I necessarily have a time that I was in a dispute. I try to work very hard to work with people in a good. Positive manner.
Good. All right. So name 2 positive traits that you do not currently have, or 2 positive traits that you wish to improve upon.
One positive trait that I don't currently have that I wish I had would be leadership. I like to be involved in group projects, but being the leader, I kind of hesitate upon sometimes. So I would like to gain that skill to be able to take more of a leadership role. And another positive trait that I have that I would like to improve would be organization.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest, where do you rank yourself in competitiveness?
I would say about a 4. I like to do the best job against myself, and I measure it against myself, not necessarily other people, but at the same time, everybody likes to try and succeed.
Right. Okay. What's something that you're very passionate about?
Something I'm very passionate about would be art. I love art. I do, and I would like to incorporate it into my my life somehow in the future.
Okay. Alright. How do you deal with having to make last-minute changes to a task?
I handle them very well. I adapt very easily to situations and just kind of reconstruct how it's going to go and move forward.
And how do you handle stress?
Very well. I run, so that helps me to keep my stress levels
like all of
down.
you all has been running?
Yes.
So do you prefer a relaxed or professional work environment?
I prefer a relaxed environment. I'm a people person, so I like to have personal relationships with people in my office.
Okay. How do you feel about working overtime?
It doesn't bother me. I've always worked in industries that require a lot of hours, and I actually enjoy working. I feel good when I'm working, and
Yeah. Would you be willing to relocate?
yeah, I don't have anything.
You don't want to leave Ohio?
Specific. No, I mean I don't have anywhere specific that I would want to relocate to, but I'd be open to the option.
Okay. So what's some personality types that you work best with?
I work best with people who are organized and who are goal-oriented. I also work best with people who are able to add some fun to the workplace. You need to be goal-oriented, but not just, totally focused. And
So what's the type you clash with?
I clash with people who are procrastinators. It stresses me out. So to put it off and disorganized, unfocused people drive me a little on the crazy side.
Okay. Okay. So what would your top 3 goals for the first 3 months be?
Well, first of all, my goal is to graduate.
Well, I'm trying to just the first 3 goals and getting a position.
And getting a position. I would say to learn the company and how it operates. Second of all would be to build some working relationships with my colleagues. And third of all would be to learn about other opportunities within the company that could potentially be promotions in the future.
So what does professionalism mean to you?
Professionalism means to me to be on time, to be dressed appropriately, to be focused on your work, and to have a positive attitude.
Let's see. How would you handle a team project in which one member is not pulling her own weight?
For a team project where somebody wasn't pulling their own weight, I would give them, if I was the leader, give them specific tasks that they were responsible for. If I was not the leader, I would offer to maybe assist them on their portion and try and motivate them to do their part.
Okay. So if you were assigned a task that with an impossible deadline, how would you handle that?
I would talk to whoever was in charge and explain that I could, what I could do within those time limits, but explain to them that that deadline would just not be one that I could achieve.
Okay. And where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
As I mentioned before, in the educational setting, rather either teaching it or interpreting it, whichever path I choose.
And why should I hire you?
You should hire me because I'm a hard worker, I'm open to learn, and I'm very passionate and dedicated about my work.
So what can you offer that sets you apart from any other candidate?
I can offer long-term commitment towards working for your company. Once I'm situated, I like to stay with the company and stay within my work.
You have any questions for me?
None at this time.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of the day.
You do the same.